Concept today, guys, full guard. And what we're going to do is going to get a 2-on-1 grip. Right, so thumb to 4 fingers. So thumb, 4 fingers, take your thumbs out. Thumbs, 4 fingers, take your thumb out. Backstroke. Right, so when I say backstroke, what we're trying to do from here is we're trying to take our elbow down here. And this is the hardest part. This is the part I see people misunderstand. Come up onto your hand. But my hand's this way. See, my elbow's facing the wrong way, so if Ben pushes me, okay, so here, so Ben pushes me, I've got a frame system. Right, now my hip goes to the shoulder. My hip goes to the shoulder. So do the first part, okay? Close guard, 2-on-1, thumb, 4 fingers, yoink. Elbow, this is a hard start. Feet go down, hands come up. Turn and lift, so there's contact. So see my hips, sorry. Here, so not here, here, up. Kick, step. So the arms in position. Control, step, control. Okay, nice and slow. Don't roll that way, roll this way. So if Ben does sit up or roll out of the armbar, I have the control. If I roll this way, he can start to hitchhike or escape. So this way. If I miss the armbar, so Ben misses the armbar, grabs his hand, sit up, I can cycle if we need to. But you guys are so good, you're not going to miss the armbar. Hania, come here. Hello. Okay. 2-on-1. Close guard. 2-on-1. 1, 2, 3. Feet, hands. Up. My hip to the shoulder. My hip to the shoulder. Up. Pull. Okay. Now, step. Turn your knee. Hook. Control. Is that okay? Is everyone okay? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now, this is really important on the sit-up, and a lot of time that when we start teaching this, right, you concentrate on like the big rocks, which is like get the grips, hip bump, but sometimes the small rocks what makes the move work better or not work at all. Ian, come here please, buddy. Ian's blind, so come here, yeah, good job. Okay, so into my guard. Okay, so if you think about it this way, right? If I hold this side and I try and sit up this way, I can only ever get to here. But this is good for kimuras. So if I hold this way, I can post. Right. So the downfall about is most of our grips from BJJ are here. Right, I'm trying to break my part down. My part's got really good balance, really good post. So all I'm going to do is just going to swap my hands. So full guard, most common grip. Trying to break my partner down. It's got really good grip. 1 hand, 2 hand, feet, elbows, and I'm on my side. But really important because I want to run my hips into him. As this comes backwards, the part that I see people make mistake, it's 2 things at once. My hand and my hip. So it's pop. Like I'm bumping like nice and high. So what I see people do is they go, I come up with my hand, but if Ian puts his right hand heavy on my hip, I can't come up. So what I try to do is from here, it's one motion, bop, and up. So even if he's pushing my hip, yeah, now lift, transfer the arm to this side. Here. So if you try to pull the arm out, try. It's caught. Second is my hips on him. So I don't need to have balance because I can bring my leg around the head without losing my balance. Where my foot's here, like as soon as I step up, I'm falling over. So I really need you guys sitting here. The beautiful thing about this for me is that, like, let's just say Ian does catch the hands together, like catch hand. I'm just going to go straight to it. And now, I've got that ability to go to the throat. Once I'm here, it's my wrist into the throat, step over, and arm bar. Right, so one more time, jump up, buddy, you're doing great. Good job. Okay, so the start position, collar, sleeve. My partner, stubborn, trying to break him down. 1, 2, feet down. Up, hand, hip, lift. Hip up, pull, step, straight through. Post, I like this because it stops him from sitting up, but you can go into the collar as well. Okay, then you should be able to slide your leg without falling. So slide your leg without falling. Sit on the wrist, Okay, knees together or knees apart? Knees together or knees apart? Apart. If he tries to sit up, if they're together, he sits up. Yeah. Spiderweb arm bar. So now, because it's apart, I can roll, put on flat where it's together. I have to take it quite far. Where if it's a spiderweb, it comes on a lot faster. It's a spiderweb, I don't know why they call it spiderweb arm bar. But on this one, cross your feet, spread your knees. It'll stop them from sitting up. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. With my kids program starting at 3 years old, we teach them this. Right, so for my kids program at 3 years old, we teach this, and it's a really, it's a fundamental way of dealing with the mount. So I'm going to go attack and defense, just so everyone understands why we do it and how we do it, not just grab their belt. Because one of the things I don't like to do is, they're going to grab your arm and bridge and roll you. People are like, well, why would I do that? So we need to give you the reason why we're doing stuff, not just how to do it. Okay, so I'll call this side to side, and this is the first mount escape I teach my kids. Okay, so side to side. I don't teach the bridge and roll. The bridge and roll is one of the last mount escapes I teach. The main reason being is you compromise everything by planting your feet and bridging, and if it doesn't work, they take your back and the arm bar, etc. So this one is my first one I teach the kids. Put it side to side. Ash, jump up on that. Okay, so 2 things. Number 1. As a general rule, and I'm going to break this rule later on, is my hands never want to go above the belt line, as a general rule. Secondly is, if I can, I don't want my elbows on the outside because I can pick up my elbows and attack, right? So one of the first things is, if my arms are compromised, my frames are compromised, I see people try and push their partner, which is pretty hard to do. So for me, what I do instead is I put my head on the ground and I wriggle backwards. So instead of trying to move my partner, I'll put my head on the ground. The reason being is, if Ash has his hands behind my head and hooks my head from here, this is quite hard to do. If I put my head on the ground and I wriggle, it actually starts to, because his frame system's gone, and it makes this really easy for me to compromise him because he's holding my head. I'll go in slow motion and do that. Okay. So first things first is, we'll do it without the head grab. So I'll put my head on the ground and I'm here, right? So I wriggle backwards to get my arms straight. Now, what I'm trying to do is create space on the inside of the contact point. So the contact point is the hip to hip. Does that make sense? So he's sitting on my hips with his hips. There's no contact point with the hands yet, and that would be a minor. So what I said to do is, to attack it, they try and bridge and roll. But my partner's got a really good base, it's hard to do. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to throw my hips ugly to my left. I'm going to push my hands to my right. So I kind of go 1. He comes back in, 2, and it allows my legs to start to come through. So what I'm doing, I'm kind of going 1, 2. Like the warm up that we do. We actually found a practical use for the hip escape drill in the beginning of the class. So the most important thing is, when we're doing our hip escapes, is I can't have my elbows bent. I can't have him pick up my elbows. So head on the ground, wriggle, 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 side, side, hip escape. Now we're back in the guard. And this is a far better position than being a mount. Secondly, can I spin that? Okay. Is, if I just roll him from mount for tournament jiu-jitsu, I get 0 points because it's a reversal. If I sweep him from guard, 2 points because it's now a sweep. Right, and I'm in a far better attack position than my partner as well. Thank you. Ian, come here. First time ever, you're going to be on mount on me. Yeah? Yeah, I'm going to be here for a brief time, so don't enjoy it too much. Okay, so mount. So one of the first things is this, is even if my hands are, so can someone just turn the camera around so it's on me, not on Ian's bottom? Okay, good work. Okay, so from here, right, my elbows are bent. I don't want my head compromised because this is very hard to hip escape. It's my ear. Okay, so head on the ground. Okay, wriggle, wriggle, wriggle. Okay, so I know Ian's weight is predominantly to his right hand side, so I'll push the right hand side, move my hips to the left hand side. Ian goes, I'll get back up on mount, comes back on, I bend a little bit, push, go the opposite side, and I rescue. Hand inside the collar, right, straight away, from here, hand inside the collar. What's his first reaction? Cool. Now, we're in the game, whatever you want to do. But they're going to react to the collar choke 9 out of 10 times. They're going to try and break out the collar choke. That's my distance to be able to move. Okay. Fresh partners, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Someone caught you in over, just clap so you can. Thank you, babe. A little bit fancy. A little bit fancy. Okay. So on the mount position, from here, Steve goes hands and hips, wriggle, 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 push, 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 push. Whoa, hands go through, knees go through. Boom. As soon as the knees come through, grab the collar and grab the leg. Top over. Okay. Don't cross grip. Alright, this is your choice. And the way that I like to do this, I like to keep things fairly simple. I can go off to the side and deal with knee shield past to headquarters. What I'm doing from here is I sit, pull my partner, I start back over onto my mount position. And I go to S mount. Right, I've got the arm, so they'll generally either, if they pull the arm in triangle, they pull the arm out, arm bar. Right, so but I'm going to S mount because I need to clear that knee. Right, so on the mount position, really slow. Like I'm on the mount, I feel Steve get the position, so post, grab the collar. Doesn't matter if he's on the other side, and post. What I'm doing is I'm not trying to jump over him, I come up, I pull him forward so I can drop my hips. Both hands under, collar choke. One hand in, triangle, both hands in, arm bar. Collar choke. Yeah, so, but it's got to be done pretty fast. So as soon as the knees penetrate, both knees penetrate from underneath, I need to collar grab. You can, like the way that we teach the kids is like, so we teach the kids here, butterfly guard. Okay, 1, hold it. 2, okay, pull, sit, hand, collar choke. You know, very, very simple system. And again, so if you find yourself here, you're going to go collar grip. Cool, I'll go collar grip. So I break his collar grip with my collar grip. Okay, the one that's high is the one I'm coming over, so pin the bottom leg. Okay, here, sit them up, hold the leg down. I'm going S mount from here, so it's harder for him to get that leg through. The end of these are going to go, oh man, what an idiot for going such a low mount. They're going to go, I'll push out him off. Cool. Is that a quick play around back, guys? 1, 2, 3. Interesting, huh? Okay, quick play around. First up, back please. Okay. Drop down. I found this quite hard to explain. What we're doing is, who's seen that Hicks and Gracie where he kind of sucks his stomach in and does all that? Okay, well we're not doing that. Okay, that's really hard to have tried. Okay, sorry. So what we're going to do is, once again, basics and fundamentals. Once the hands go onto my hips, think about it this way. Instead of fighting it, I want to make the extension go past the point that it's usable. So, what I'm doing, do you feel that?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of almost wrist locking it. So what I do is, I shove my hips backwards and I collapse over so that the hands are null and void.
Yeah.
Of course, out of the equation, I get access to the collar choke. So what I said a lot of time is, well, here is, if I'm trying to pick this up, I'm almost giving them the move that they want, because I'm like, haha, and like, man. So instead, okay, think about, so can I turn you sideways? Yeah. Perfect, okay. If I fight, they're always gonna be able to carry my weight and create space to put their legs through. But if I do the opposite, if I kind of take my hips backwards and collapse, the arms kind of goes more like a micro wrist, like thumb goes in first, so that my wrist is on the carotid. I'm being really nice. Okay, goes under with your 4 fingers to get the choke. Don't go over because their face is in the way. Okay? So go under, and now for me, elbows in, head down, and I'm not going to do that. Right? I will choke you just with that first hand, just that thumb in. I will, because it's on the carotid, you will go to sleep if I put pressure on it. So, yeah, you can't use your hands. Okay, so here, think about this way. So what I'm doing, I don't move, I just slide my hips back. Drop my chest. Here. They're going to fight to get their hands out, so just control. Thumb. A little bit of pressure. Hands doesn't go over because the jaw's in the way. 4 fingers goes under. With them in the eye.
That's so nice.
So, for me, right, even if you're stronger than me, yeah, it's horrible, hey Chris, and just that pressure as well. Like, I'm not being nasty on my mount, but I can make that exceedingly, I can almost make you tap from the mount position, right? Not that I would do that to anyone here. Ben, come here. Okay, small details, right? So, once the hands come in, right? Because Ben's hands are slightly to my right side, my right hip goes back a little bit further. Right. Yeah. Okay. Thumb goes in, lasso, and thumb. So I'm pretty much going to choke you from here. 4 fingers under, and just. How'd that feel?
Wicked. Well, not a good wicked, but crazy.
So here. So like. Back, down, and crush. And then as I pull the arms out. Change partners, 1, 2, 3. Cool, hey?
Yeah. Wicked.
Okay, so pretty basic. Full guard, collar, sleeve, switch from here, feet, elbows up, hands, hips, hip bump, Steve's hands go straight to my collar, straight to my hips, and this is the deal. He's trying to move while I'm trying to do one of the assets, so if Steve does get his knees through, remember I'm up onto the legs from here, sit my partner up and go to mount. If he's trying to move and I get it and I get the collar, right, I start to crush, I look for the choke instead. Now Steve, this is job. He's still trying to move his hips side to side to try and get, and I might have to post, and then he can continue with trying to get out of the mount. So if I get the choke, we stop and reset. If you believe without going to sleep, you can fight through the choke and try and recover your guard. The biggest thing is straight arms, and the biggest thing is side to side, not up and down. Is everyone okay with that, to practice that? So start from the full guard, hip bump sweep, and play it from there. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Woo. Okay, let's go.